on, Michael! Go on, Michael!
13, 14, 15.
How's it going, Mark? How's he looking?
He's outside, he's going to finish like a train.
Oh, he is going.
He's not going to wait for her. Full for me. He's kicking there. Try to second.
Come on, go! 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 Come on, go!
So, Michael, 4 weeks on from London Marathon.
Yeah.
Legs recovering from that.
Yeah, just about. Just about.
What's the next step of the plan?
So, sub 4 for 1500s is the commitment I've made this summer. It's basically 5 years since I had a proper track season. So, see what happens.
So, Michael, take us back to 2019. Just missed the sub 4.
Yep, youthful, fresh face, no beard, slightly more hair. Just graduated uni. Had a year of basically being unemployed, so being a professional athlete. Race itself was all right. Pace slightly off through 800, caused a bit of a bunch through to the bell. Had to extricate myself at the bell. Only got out with about 300 to go. Overtook 11 people in the last 300, closing in a 44, but not quite. And then I got food poisoning. The next time I tried to do a 15. So.
But this time's different.
Well, yeah, hopefully.
So what do you think you've learned from that experience 5 years ago?
Race more. I just ran out of races that year. That was probably, so that 4 flat was I think my second 15 of the season, and I only really had 2 more opportunities after that, and they both kind of went a bit peaked on. So
that's the plan this year then, lots of races and really commit to it.
Yeah, so first one is going to be 9 days from today, actually. Tuesday open. See if we can break 4:10.
And how's this compared to the marathon training you've been doing? How much of a change are we going to see? Are you going to stick to that high mileage and try and bring the speed in? Or
I mean, having said that, I'm still going to run 75 miles this week. Well, yeah, depending on how much we do today. But no, I think sessions like today, you can call it a session, your deliberate running, that's what you guys call it, isn't it?
Deliberate running, yeah.
I think it's going to help, just try and get used to that sort of 32s, make those feel smooth. But yeah, other than that, just sort of usual group training, a bit of tempo in there, nothing crazy. Volume comes down a bit. But.
So how do you think it suits you as a runner? Because often said about you've got decent top speed, but maybe that speed endurance isn't quite there, so trying to make some changes to that?
Yeah, I mean, my speed endurance has never been amazing. I would very much describe myself as a strength runner. So that sort of top end speed, well, it's not rapid, but at the end of a race, because there's the strength there, it's often quicker than other people. So that has been used pretty well in the past, so yeah.
And what would it mean to go under that 4 minute mark?
In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean anything. It's just an arbitrary number that we've assigned to like it's a 1500. It's not even a mile. Like it's just. But I think as a club runner, I think it's one of those sort of standards that sort of sub 2, sub 4, sub 15 are kind of like the big 3. I've done one of those. The other 2 working on sub 4 and sub 15. Counterintuitive. But you think a marathon guy would have a quicker 5k PB than me, wouldn't you?
So in terms of approaching the races,
yeah.
How different is it to approaching a marathon? Approaching, not even a marathon, but approaching a 5k. How's that race prep differ, the time between races?
I mean, you can just bounce back quicker. So it's this idea of just racing more. So you can sort of stack. You could probably get away with almost like 3 1500s in a week kind of thing. Whereas a 5k, maybe 2 in a week. A marathon, 1 every 6 months. So it's a completely different beast. Well, that was the thing with London. Everything, other than my hamstring exploding, everything went fine. So the fitness was there. If it had been any other distance, I'd have entered another one 2 weeks later and had another go. But instead we're 6 months, 7 months down the line it's going to be.
And how do you approach these races? Are you going to each race looking for a certain outcome and trying to build on that progression, or is it literally go into each race, run as hard as you can, and see what happens?
So what I've learned from how I race, certainly on the track, if I try and run a time, it doesn't tend to work out that well. My best races have come when I've just been racing, and if you win a race, you run quicker than everyone else in that race, so you must have run reasonably fast. So the question, Jordan, is do you think I can do it?
Depends how much you commit to training.
It's a very diplomatic answer.
Well, it depends how much of the speed work you do and how much you cut the mileage. If you cut the mileage and race 5 or 6 1500s,
yeah,
yes.
I'm doing the Tracksmith 5k first week of July at Tooting, so that'll be a sort of an ancillary goal. Well, the nice thing is, because I'm not that quick, we can always just chuck one on here at Tonbridge in an open meet and I'll be alright. So,
and what sort of inspiration do you get from others in the group? You've got people like Ben Murphy running 3:45 indoors. You've got James Kingston likely to go and run inside 3:50 next week. Jack Higgins looks like he can probably go and run about 3:45 as well. How much you take from guys like that, but also from people like Cam Chambers, who is a longer distance guy, hasn't got the best speed in the world, but went and ran 3:57 last weekend in quite a scrappy race.
Yeah, inspiration's a funny word. I'd say it's more of just like you just got a good group of guys and girls just all working hard together, and that naturally pushes things on. I don't think anything that anyone's done so far has surprised me, to be honest. Right. Ben's run 3:45. I think he can go quicker than that. He thinks he can go quicker than that. He's just got to actually do it.
Hopefully, he will today.
Well, it's a mile today, so if he runs quicker than 3:45, that'd be silly.
Be very impressive.
Yeah.
It's good.
Improvement. I did it, Jordan. I did it. The 60.
So Michael, part one of the Road to Ford done. How was that session for you today?
It's alright. 10.2s off 200 jogging, sort of like 32s. Then 2 faster ones, 27.3, 27.0. Which is alright. It's season's best. Both of them.
Very good.
So,
how did you feel on those? Was it an effort to get up to speed, or do you feel like you're going through motions nicely?
the 32s felt so much easier than 2 weeks ago when we did it similar. And the 2 fast ones, just neuromuscularly, just didn't feel like I could move my legs any quicker. Like I'm sitting down the home straight, just felt like my body was getting ahead of where my legs could go. But that'll come. That's by my standards, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
27, so I really need to go any quicker than that.
And how are the drills? And I guess 2 parts of this question. Firstly, when you're doing the drills, are they feeling easy? Do you feel you've got that sort of wider range of motion? But also, do you feel like they're making a difference when you start running? You're noticing that your form's changing?
I'm trying to, off the back of London when my hamstring blew up, just trying to like rehab that properly and strengthen that, and then just make sure the whole kinetic chain's working properly. So I think the drills is just a case of like, they're almost more like cues in terms of like form, rather than like too much functional strength work, so we're doing quite a bit of that away from the track as well, which I think is helping. So just a shock going from running 5:30 miling to a 27-second 200 is yeah, a bit of a change of stimulus.
So around about 9-10 days, so that first race now.
Yeah.
What's the plan for this week? Are we starting to look ahead to that, starting to change up the training to prep?
I mean, because I'm still sort of building back up, next week will be similar to this week. I just won't go long on Saturday. I'll just do like 10 rather than 14. So.
Yeah, that's not
10 is just too long. That's a long run.
Yeah, 10 miles, yeah. I did 14 yesterday, so that's all right.